Did you know that in the UK, the sugar and tobacco industries are so tightly controlled that just 4 companies own over 80% of the entire market? That is a staggering level of concentration that makes it nearly impossible for a newcomer to survive. But here's the kicker. Most entrepreneurs fail because they only look at the competitor standing right in front of them. According to Harvard professor Michael Porter, that's like trying to play 3D chess while only looking at one square. His framework is a staple in both academic and corporate circles for one reason. It reveals the invisible strings pulling on your profit margins. If you want to know why some companies like Saudi Aramco mint billions while others bleed out in a price war, you need to understand the 5 forces that dictate whether a business is a gold mine or a money pit. Stick around, because I'm about to show you why a $150,000 discount can actually be a trap designed to keep you locked in forever. What is the 5 forces model? So, what is this model exactly? Porter's 5 forces is a framework used to analyze the competitive environment of an industry. The core concept is simple. The level of competition in any industry isn't just about who has the flashiest ads. It is influenced by 5 specific pressures. Think of it as a health check for an industry's attractiveness. In business, attractiveness is measured by one thing: expected profitability. The model teaches us that competition is multidimensional. It's not just about your direct rivals. It's about your customers, your suppliers, the potential for new players, and even products you haven't considered yet. The golden rule: the more intense these forces are, the lower the profit margins for everyone involved. Force 1. The Hunger Games. Let's start with the most obvious force: rivalry among existing firms. Think of this as the godfather dimension of business. Competitors aren't just trying to win customers. They're trying to steal your distribution channels, hire your key employees, and squeeze your suppliers. They are your true nemesis. When rivalry is high, price wars break out. This forces companies to spend significantly more on marketing and sales, which destroys bottom-line profitability. How do you measure this? We use the concentration ratio. If the top 4 firms own 80% of the market, it's highly concentrated. If it's low concentration, like construction or furniture, it's a fragmented Wild West where leadership is up for grabs. Force 2. The profit magnet. Ever wonder why everyone suddenly wants to start a business the moment it looks profitable? Profits are like a magnet. If you're making money, people will try to join the industry and steal a piece of your pie. This is the threat of new entrants. To stay alive, you need barriers to entry, legal or economic hurdles that keep the crowds away, absolute cost advantages. Saudi Aramco has access to the world's most accessible oil reserves, giving them a massive lead over companies like BP. Economies of scale. Imagine needing to spend $50 million on a telecom network before you even sign your first customer. That's a barrier that stops small players cold. Brand power. Why can't people disrupt Coca-Cola? Even if you start a soda company today, you can't easily replicate their global brand recognition. But wait, the internet just changed the rules. It destroyed traditional distribution barriers, allowing small businesses to bypass supermarket shelves and sell directly to you. Does that mean no industry is safe? Let's look at the hidden competitors. Force 3. The identity crisis. Substitutes. Here is where most people get blindsided. If you run a pizza shop, your competitor isn't just the pizza place down the street. It's the sushi restaurant. Why? Because they both satisfy the same need: hunger. The threat of substitute products is a silent killer. Look at the oil industry. Their biggest threat isn't just other oil companies. It's electric cars, hydrogen-powered vehicles, and even vegetable oils. This force places a price ceiling on your product. If your price gets too high, people don't just complain. They switch to a different industry entirely. Force 4. The puppet masters. Suppliers. Now, let's talk about the bargaining power of suppliers. If your supplier is the only one in town, they own you. Suppliers exert pressure by raising prices or lowering quality. This creates price uncertainty, making it impossible for you to build long-term relationships with your own clients. Look at gas stations. They usually buy from just 1 or 2 regional refineries because shipping fuel from far away is too expensive. Those refineries have the power to dictate terms. Compare that to IKEA. They buy furniture from thousands of small companies. Because they have so many options, the suppliers have very little power. Force 5. The fickle king. Buyers. The final force is the bargaining power of buyers, your customers. If you're selling a $15 shirt to 1 million different people, no single customer has power over you. But if you're a software company trying to land a $15 million contract with IBM, they can demand whatever they want. The secret weapon? Switching costs. Imagine an IT company offers you a new software that's $150,000 cheaper to install than your current $300,000 system. Sounds like a win, right? Wrong. If your employees have to spend months relearning everything, causing massive inefficiencies, that cheaper deal is actually a trap. High switching costs keep customers loyal, even when prices are high. So, Michael Porter's framework isn't just academic, it's a survival guide for top management. Understanding these 5 forces tells you if an industry is a niche worth pursuing before you ever spend a dime. So, now that you know the rules of the game, are you ready to see how this plays out in the real world? In our next lesson, we're going to take this exact model and tear apart the sports apparel industry. Think Nike versus Adidas. You won't believe which force is actually the most dangerous in that world. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next lesson.